Never underestimate the power of small acts of courage and faith. One simple light can inspire many, and one heart full of hope can change everything. The little light there was once a small village tucked deep within the mountains, hidden away from the bustling world. Winters there were harsh. Snow blanketed the ground for months, and the sun seemed like a distant memory. When the night fell, it wasn't just darkness, it was a deep, heavy silence that weighed on every heart. In that village lived a boy named Samuel, just 8 years old. He had big brown eyes, full of wonder, and a heart that still believed in the good things others had long forgotten. Samuel's family didn't have much. Their house was old, and the cold often slipped through the cracks in the walls. But they had something more valuable than wealth. They had love, hope, and faith. Each evening, the village seemed to surrender a little more to fear. People stayed indoors, windows were shuttered, fires burned low, and over time, smiles faded and laughter disappeared. One night, when the cold was at its worst and the darkness felt like it might swallow the whole world, Samuel noticed something. Everyone was waiting for someone else to bring the light. Everyone was hoping, but no one was moving. He looked at the small, stubby candle on their kitchen table, the last candle his family had. Without hesitation, he struck a match, lit the candle, and carried it carefully to the window. He placed it on the sill where everyone outside could see. The flame was tiny, almost fragile against the freezing air leaking in. Yet somehow, it stood. It flickered bravely, a trembling little beacon against the black sky. Down the road, an old woman noticed it. She had been sitting alone in her rocking chair, lost in memories of better days. Seeing Samuel's light, she smiled for the first time in weeks. She shuffled to her cupboard, found an old, dusty candle, and lit it too. She placed it in her window. Then another neighbor, and another. One by one, little lights began to appear, dotting the village like stars scattered across the earth. Soon, the streets were bathed in a soft golden glow. Children peeked out and giggled. Mothers stood with tears in their eyes. Fathers hugged their families a little tighter. The night was still cold. The darkness was still there, but it no longer felt heavy because hope had returned, carried on the smallest flame lit by the smallest hands. Samuel didn't know that night that he had changed his village forever. He didn't know that sometimes all it takes is one brave heart to remind others how to believe again. And somewhere high above, beyond the cold skies, God looked down, smiled tenderly, and whispered, "Even the smallest light, when offered with love, can set the world on fire."